All right, onward to whether or not this page is keyword targeted. And so remember that it's important that you include signals to the search engines about which queries the page is relevant. Now, again, in the old days of SEO, this was all you needed to do was to keyword target a page. There was very little understanding of how search engines worked, and the very few people that understood how the search engines worked we're able to game the system real easily by stuffing pages all full of keywords. It wasn't quite this simple, but a page that had the word green athletic shoes on it 16 times versus a page that had it on the page 17 times. Which one's going to win? It's going to be the one that has the term on there 17 times. So people started to figure out, I'll just stuff this page all full of keywords and it'll rank. And it did. Today, couldn't be further from the truth. And the on-page optimization that you do is only in support of the search engine. You're just trying to communicate to the search engine what the page is about. You're trying to give it signals as to what this page is about. So where do we get these signals? We talked about it a little bit earlier on in this certification, and we're going to run through each of these in this audit as well. Does the page target a single intent and context? All right, so we don't want to be greedy with any one page. So a single intent, meaning, if we're going to create a page about blog post ideas, we don't want to try to also create that page about and try to get that page to rank for writing a blog post or finding writers for a blog or other topics like that. So we want a single intent and context targeted on the page. So we don't want to be greedy. We want to figure out what's the keyword, what do we want this page to rank for, and then we want to target a single keyword, perhaps two keywords. Two big, broad keywords, but for the most part, I like to stick to one. Is the keyword used in the title tag? Is the title tag, somewhere around 75 characters or less? Is the keyword used in the URL? Is the keyword used in the headline? Is the keyword used in the body? Is the keyword used in the meta description? Is the meta description, somewhere around 160 characters or less? Are variations and synonyms of the keyword used on the page? Is the keyword used in the alt attribute of the featured image? Are internal links pointing at the page using some variation of the keyword as anchor text? All right, let's go through each of these as we look at our ultimate list of blog post ideas, something that we've been looking at throughout this certification. Is the keyword used in the title tag? Now, a lot of you guys are using WordPress. If you're not using WordPress, it functions. Your CMS is going to function very, very similarly. Or if you're actually hand coding your site, hard coding your site, you're going to have a title tag as well, and you probably don't need instructions on where to find it. But if you're using WordPress, I very much recommend the plugin called Yoast SEO. So this page is, here we go. So Yoast SEO adds this box below your edit screen, and it allows you to put your SEO title tag in here and your SEO meta description in here, and that ultimately will affect how this looks on the front end. So you can see in Chrome, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see that that the title tag on this page is ultimate list of blog post ideas. And so yes, I'm definitely below 75 characters with this title tag. You don't want to be over that 75 character limit because it will truncate. So let's just, the nice thing about Yoast's SEO plugins is it also shows you what this if you published it, what this would look like in the search engines. So if I add a bunch of stuff to this, it's going to eventually truncate here once I run out of characters. And that's what it'll look like in the search engine results page. But obviously that's not what I'm doing with this page. So that's what my results going to look like. And then my my meta description, and it keeps a count for me. It tells me how many characters I have left. They're saying try to keep it around 156 characters. I think if you're at 160 characters, you're good. But again, you're going to get truncated if your meta description is too long. This is what it's going to look like in the search engines. Not the end of the world, but you certainly don't want to put a book inside your meta description. You want your meta description to read in a way that is compelling. Looking for blog post ideas, get inspiration from dozens of blog post ideas, and download a mind map version to pin to your wall. So, that's that. We've got the keyword in the title tag. Did we put it in the URL? Yes. Blog post ideas. All right. Did we put it in the page headline? Ultimate list of blog post ideas. We got it in there. Did we put it in the body content? Yes, and then we put it in there early, which is a bonus. And in fact, we can use Chrome to search this and see how many times we used the term blog post ideas in this. So 13 times we said blog post ideas in here. Not intentionally. I didn't try to make it 13. When we wrote this post, that was the number of times that it came out. It wasn't something that we tried to do. It was just, we want to make sure we have the keyword in here a few times. If it comes in there 13 times or 12 times or 8 times or 6, it doesn't matter. It's just however many times it naturally comes up, and at least once, hopefully more like 2-3 times in the body, we can use the keyword. Is it used in the meta description? We already covered that. Yes. Are variations and synonyms used on the page? So things like, do we use the word articles? Yeah, we use that term twice. Do we use the word like case study? Yeah, we use that twice. Do we use the word, like what else do we say? Blog post what? We say video. We say research. We say topic. We say the word content a lot. So all of these things are what Google is using to get the context of what you're talking about. So believe it or not, Google can actually figure out that if your page is really about blog post ideas, then there is going to be a number of other words that they're going to expect to find on the page as well. So we check that off. Yeah, we're seeing synonyms. We're seeing, are we using the keyword on the alt attribute of this post? And you know what? I'm not even absolutely sure if we are or not. We're going to check. So this is going to be an interesting question for me. And we don't have anything on this alt. All right. So I'm going to want to add that in here. And actually, I'll even change the title as well. So I'm going to set that featured image back and update this post. So you'll find little things like that on pages. Are internal links pointing at the page using some variation of the keyword as anchor text? So that question is, if I go in and I do a site : digitalmarketer.com blog post ideas. Okay, what I'm looking for here is I'm saying I want to query the web for just pages that are on digitalmarketer.com and and then I want you to rank them by this keyword, blog post ideas. So I'm going to do that. And this is going to give me a pretty good idea of the pages that are linking to my ultimate list of blog post ideas. So my ultimate list of blog post ideas ranks number 1. It ranks number 1 on my site, and it ranks number 1 across the entire web. But how about this post? It's a very related blog post, how to write blog posts that sell. And I click in here and I look around in here and I say, am I linking to my blog post ideas post from this article? And I am. So you see here it says pick a blog post type. Based on the topic of your post, decide which blog post type you'll employ. There are hundreds of ways you can approach your post. You can get a list of 212 blog post ideas here. So I have some variation of The anchor text is using the keyword. You can see I have the term blog post ideas in there. I'm not a big fan of consistently cross-linking using the exact anchor text anymore. I just do what is natural for me for now on. But I do try to include some variation of the anchor text in there. But you can see this is a cross-link to my blog post ideas post from another post about blogging. And it's an internal link. So yeah, I can check that off. All right. So you should go through and evaluate, your pages and, evaluate your homepage under this, evaluate content, landing pages, make any remarks in your audit. And now let's move on to keyword cannibalization.